time to be interviewed today. You're currently playing for Queens in the Bluefin Sport Championship. Can you tell me a bit about the clubs you've played for?
Super. Joel, again, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm sure the rest of the boys who have been on have been a higher class than I've been, but thank you so much. Yeah, so some of the clubs I've played for so far. So my first professional or full-time team that I've been playing for was Ards. I was there for just over 2 years, and then I had a short spell at Anna United in Portadown, which was brilliant as well, and then I started to play for Queen's University this year.
Do you have to be studying at Queen's to play for them, or can anyone play?
You actually don't. I'm not studying at Queen's. I'm studying at Belfast Bible College in Dunmurry this year, so you don't have to.
What is your favourite position to play and why?
Probably an attacking midfielder role. Now, a lot of people say that because you don't have to do any work in there, but I choose to, and I enjoy getting the ball a bit deeper and creating things, so probably enjoyed playing centre attacking mid the best.
What's the story of you possibly playing football in Cyprus?
It's a good question. In January last year, after I'd left Ards, at sort of the end of the window, I had an opportunity to go and play for a second division team in Cyprus. So I went over there on trial for a week and done really well. The manager had wanted to sign me, and then a number of different things happened over them days. The manager had left. The president didn't know what he was meant to do with me, so I didn't end up signing for the team. But I came back and had a really good 3 or 4 months with Anna United when I came back.
When Queens played Linfield in the 5th round of the Irish Cup in early January of this year, surprisingly you beat them and you scored the winning penalty. Can you remember how you felt just before taking the penalty?
Yeah, I actually didn't want to take it, if I'm really honest. I was going... It was really strange. So if you remember the incident, there was a handball by Matthew Stafford in the box, and it was like the referee had like a 10-second delay before he made any decision. So I was just running on with play, and then he blew the whistle, and I knew I was our penalty taker. And at that moment, my heart sort of sank a bit, and I was like, "Oh, this is a big moment." But probably whenever I'd scored it was a big relief.
How did you feel when the final whistle went then?
Probably relief more than happiness, if I'm really honest, Joel. Now, a couple of hours later, I was able to sort of soak it in and really enjoy it. But whenever you've just beaten probably the biggest team in the country, it's a massive moment, and especially when nobody expects you to.
After Queens beat Linfield, they then went on to play Glentoran in the next round. Again, you scored another goal in the game to bring the score to 1-1. Sadly, Queens went on and got beaten 3-2 by a Robbie McDade hat-trick. Surely you must feel great to have scored against 2 top Irish League sides.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's been a great feeling, and knowing in them games that you need to perform, it's always good to get on the score sheet. But looking back on both them games, I think we played really well as a whole team, and the teammates did a lot of great work as well. So I can't take any of the credit for scoring any of the goals. But yeah, it was really, really good.
And would you like to sign for a Premiership club and play against the big teams every week?
For sure, Joel. I had a bit of a taste of it whenever I was at Ards, albeit not a regular. But yeah, no, I definitely want to get into the Premiership at some point, just whenever the right opportunity comes up.
Your Christian faith is a big part of your life. Can you tell us what a Christian is and what it means to you?
Yeah, for sure. So I believe a Christian is somebody who recognises that Jesus Christ, the man who's lived 2,000 years ago, has actually changed all of history, and that he came to bring people real life. So I believe that as a Christian, I try to live my life in a way that pleases him, not as a sense of, he's a God and he gives us rules just to do, but it's a real relationship for me, and it brings me a lot of joy, and I just try to show people the love that God's shown to me, and it seems to be a really important part of my life, and for everybody who sort of is a believer. Yeah.
How have you been putting in your time over lockdown?
Good question. Of late, I've got into pennyboarding, so I don't know if you know what that is. It's like skateboarding, but it just runs for ages. So new sort of hobby in there. I've been doing a bit of uni work, doing some sort of Zoom calls. I'm involved in the youth ministry at my church as well, so been enjoying hanging out with a lot of them guys. So yeah, just a lot of different things. And then I think I'll be starting back to work pretty soon as well, so it's been a great wee break.
Earlier in the season you made a magnificent comeback from 3-0 down to draw 3-3 with the league champions Portadown, and Greg Hall, who I've interviewed before, was playing in his usual right back position. But once Portadown's third goal went in, what were you thinking? Did you ever think you would come back and draw the game?
They were 3-0 up. They got 2 goals straight after half time, and probably not. We'd been in a couple of positions similar to that earlier in the season, and the game had finished around that scoreline. But we clawed one back, got a second one, and then Ronan Young scored a wonderful free kick sort of towards the end. So probably at that point, no. But whenever you get a goal, you have a bit more belief, and you sort of kick on from there. And it was great to get a result from it anyway.
In the Championship this year, you've scored 12 goals in 24 appearances for Queens. But what has been your best goal so far?
Good question as well. I think we played PSNI pretty recently before lockdown had happened. And there's a ball that Josh Corey, our right back, who normally can't cross a ball properly, whipped it over the defender, and I was just arriving sort of in the box, and I was coming a bit low, and I just caught it sweetly with my right foot and just put it in the bottom corner. So probably my favourite one.
Thanks very much for taking time to talk to me, and all the very best for the rest of your career.
Joel, thanks so much. It was brilliant, and good luck with the rest of your career as well. Thanks so much.